Hello to all of you, dear viewers and listeners. My name is Neil Horan. I was born on the 22nd of April 1947 in Knockinahoon, Scatterglen, County Kerry, which is in the extreme south of the Republic of Ireland. It's known as the Kingdom. I was born into a farming family. We were men of the land for generations, and we are very proud to have our own land and our own soil and to look after it. I was brought up, of course, with cows, calves, with horses, and sometimes with sheep, although we didn't have sheep an awful lot, but with bullocks, with hens, and with dogs, which were an essential part of the farm. I moved to study for the priesthood in September in the year 1969 when I began my major seminary, the course in theology at St. Peter's College in Wexford Town in County Wexford. And I spent 4 years there then at major seminary in the model county as it is known. I was ordained a priest on Sunday the 17th of June 1973 in St. Mary's Cathedral, Killarney, County Kerry. I was ordained by Bishop Eamon Casey, who was the Bishop of Kerry. I was ordained for a diocese which is in Neri, ruled over by Bishop, and the diocese was the Diocese of Southwark, which covers London south of the Thames and also the county of Kent. On the second Sunday of February, this was just a mere 6 months after I took up my appointment, my life changed forever. When I was cycling from my church in Bexley to Dartford and also specifically in a place called Wilmington, I was cycling past a Masonic Hall when I saw a poster saying, "Signs of the end of this present age." And that began a new and exciting period of my life. It began a journey into the book that is known as the Holy Bible. I went to the lecture that Sunday evening, and I found that it was being given by the Apostolic Fellowship of Christ, who were a small Christian group having originated from the Christadelphians. It was a wonderful experience and one that I'm delighted to have had because it opened up my eyes to the wonderful prophecies of the Holy Bible. Now, coming up to the present time, I am here in my home in East Dulwich, and I am involved in a mission to continue the journey into the Holy Bible, because now my main mission is to present the prophecies of the Holy Bible and explain them as best I can to the world as a whole. But of course, I suppose the number of people who take me seriously is probably very small, but I still feel that it's important to do this. At the moment, I'm involved in what a friend told me is the most important mission of my life, and that is to present the book of Revelation to the world. I will soon be doing this by putting it on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. It is a huge task, by far the biggest task that I've ever undertaken. I got my first understanding of that great book, which is the last book of the Bible, when I began my studies with the Apostolic Fellowship. And my teacher at the time was Ray Barnett, who was a great pastor and teacher. And everything I learned all those years ago about the book of Revelation, I've never felt a reason to change my views, because basically I think it was the truth. And there's really only one truth, and there's only one correct interpretation of that book. There are many interpretations that are put forward, but of course, an interpretation can be totally false or basically true. And it's a very serious thing indeed to give out a wrong interpretation of that book. It's going to bring dire condemnation to me myself if I'm actually doing it, or to anyone, as expressed in the last chapter. So that is the exciting mission that I'm looking forward to now. And of course, I'm looking forward above all else to the second coming of Christ, when he will establish his kingdom, reigning over the world from Jerusalem and David's throne. He will actually be King of Israel, and the whole world will then face a totally new era. It will be the kingdom. Thy kingdom come, Jesus asked us to pray for. It will then have come, and it will be a time of wonderful joy and peace and happiness for every human being upon this earth. And the days of depression and pain and sorrow and boredom, which of course fills so much of the world now, will be gone like the snows of yesteryear. Now, I'm very interested in music. It isn't all about religion. I'm very, very interested in music. And I would say especially the music of the great composers like Beethoven, Mozart, Bach, Brahms, Schubert. To me, it's the best music in the world, and it's eternal music, which is almost certain to play a big part in the kingdom. I am very interested too in our own Irish music, because it is something we can be proud of. It's very lively and it uplifts the spirit. I'm very proud of Slieve Local, where I come from, in County Kerry. It's a great area for traditional music. I'm very interested in watching my own fellow county men who wear the green and gold of Kerry, which happens also to be the Irish national colours, on the football field. We've been playing that game now for more than 100 years, and certainly we just love that game in Kerry, and it's part of our really our very existence. We have won more cups than any other county. I don't know whether there's going to be Gaelic football in the kingdom or not. It's not something that's for me to say. It's possible there might be, because I think true and wholesome things like music and genuine sport will be in the kingdom. So that's my position. I just want to show you this photo then. This is my late father, Humphrey. He was truly a man of great nobility and dignity. He lived to the age of 84, and he died in February in the year 1996. So he loved really great things of beauty like music and dance. He loved beautiful songs and great singers. He did not love rubbish though. He loved great songs. He didn't particularly like useless songs. So I want to finish by showing you a photo of the day I was ordained. Here it is. This is me. I look very young there, don't I? But I always think you're as young as you feel. And giving my blessing to my father, Free, my mother, Nellie, and my sister Bridie was older than me, and all the rest are younger. That's Pat, Michael, Kathleen, John, Humphrey, Dan, Eileen, Nora, Margaret, and Willem. So there they are then, a real bunch of us in the grounds of St. Mary's Cathedral, Killarney, on the 17th of June 1973. 3. So that's my life story.